Hello, everyone. We have Klemen today with us. And Klemen, in 2 sentences, what was your business idea and how does it help the world?
Thank you for having me, Robert. Super excited for discussion. Um, Celestial is a data ops organization now, helping HubSpot users do data cleanup, data enrichment, um, especially now with all the AI coming into play on top of CRM data. Um, with our unique blend of expertise, we really see this is what we can bring to the table for many organizations. A nice combination of business expertise along with AI, um, understanding knowledge, and then engineering mindset. That blend of expertise is how we're now helping a lot of HubSpot users improve their data foundation so they can start adding more AI initiatives on top of that.
So, but this data cleaning seems a bit, I don't know, minor or strange approach. How important it is for a company?
Don't ask too much. um,
It was
yes,
provocative.
I think this is a good question and a topic we talk internally, if nothing else,
Mhm,
daily.
mhm.
Um, if you think about data cleaning as for the sake of data cleaning, no, you'll have a hard time understanding and justifying the investment to do it.
Mhm.
Um, But if you look from the other perspective, if your data is messy, you will have, you block teams using that data being efficient. You
Mhm.
block adding AI initiatives on top of the data.
Mhm.
You don't trust data, so you spend and waste time manually cleaning that data to do reporting, to do forecasting.
Mhm.
Um, so from what I'm experiencing now is if you in, you know you as a sales leader or a RevOps leader, um, understand and believe that you have a valuable data. There is a value in your data.
Mhm.
If you understand and acknowledge there's a lot of dirt in it,
Mhm.
all sorts, and if you understand why that has not been cleaned yet, then you have a conviction why you need clean data.
Mhm.
If you don't have, we can talk about getting you to that realization, and show you the cases that will kind of open your eyes. But when you have that internal belief and conviction that you need clean data, then it's a no-brainer. Yes, we need to dig into that. um, I'm sure later, in a year or 2 years time, when more companies experience that downside of messy data with AI,
Mhm.
we'll have tools and approaches how to show you immediately. But for now, this is still kind of an ongoing discussion, and then challenges how to illustrate that. um, but one is clear: it's not only doing the data hygiene and data cleanup for the sake of data hygiene. No, this is not the goal. With clean data, you're unlocking teams that will be using then that data for many different applications.
Excellent. I pretty much understand this because I have done a lot of cleaning because I'm IT guy and I know how important it is to have clean data and the data that you can trust. And I think you can think about it like having a cleaning service for your rooms or your offices. And usually people in your team are not do not wish to do that, and don't have time to do that. They have other things to do, and outsource it, like to your company, is a very viable solution. And also, you're an expert on this and could make this faster, cheaper, more accurate than anybody in house.
Yeah, yeah. This is what we are now experiencing. Um, Allocating internal resources can be challenging for two reasons. One is, do you have the right blend of expertise,
Hmm.
and do you have the resources even available?
Yeah.
If you assign three people where this is low priority task for them,
Hmm.
yes, you have them assigned, but are they executing on that? I would argue not. At
Yeah.
least this is what we see. Where if you have experts jumping in, you will move things forward. Um, Another analogy around massive data, for all the parents out there, you will relate to that. You have your kid's room, which is messy.
Yeah.
For a while, you will just put toys on the side so you can walk in to
Hmm.
the bed or to the window, and you will be doing that for days. At some point, you will start stepping on toys and breaking them, and so forth, and then say, okay, now it's too messy. We need to clean it up. You need to get to that level of realization. Okay, it's messy enough that I want to fix it.
Hmm.
Until it's fine, just put it on the side, and you can still walk in a kid's room. uh, I
So
don't
you
think it
have
will
to get
take 30 minutes to
you
clean it
have
up.
to get to this level of frustration,
Yes. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
or even damage, or even loss of
Yeah.
I don't know, revenue or customers because you haven't fixed it before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. So what was the moment when you went from this idea to the realization, or how do you came to this idea of doing this?
It was a long journey. So Celeste is now my, or I would say our third startup. We're now, building businesses for what, 13 years. And then every next business is kind of evolution, natural evolution from what we've been doing in the previous company. Um, and Celestial, went through a lot of iterations um, in the past 2 years since we started. But so to where we currently are, it's hard to say how that whole idea started. It wasn't like an event. It was like 2 years now of iterations of what is our unique expertise,
Mm-hmm.
how to deliver that value in the best way, which are the fundamental problems we can help solve. So
Hmm.
we are not solving for nice to have issues,
Hmm.
but the painful ones, and or we're not selling the vitamin. We What do we need to do to sell the painkiller?
Yeah.
um so through all those iterations, we now came to the realization of the recent realization was, we thought we are building a SaaS platform for data cleanup. um but then we started looking at who are our customers, users, and we realized, okay, we have customers, but we don't have users of our SaaS product. But because they're always getting to us, hey, can you help us with this, with
Hmm.
that? Can you develop additional process, additional agent? Can we look at that data, why that is broken, and so forth? So they're coming for more help,
Hmm.
where they need us as the implementators and then problem solvers for that. Um, so that's how we got to the state of, we are data ops tech enabled service more than a SaaS platform.
Hmm.
And this is how we believe we can bring the most value to everyone we talk to and we work with. Also related back to what we talked, allocating the internal resources for data cleanup is always tricky.
Yeah.
And if we just give you, hey, this is a SaaS platform, you need someone use that SaaS platform, understand what to do, and the power of it. Where,
Yeah.
hey, we have a system which
Hmm.
is capable of doing X, Y, and Z. We'll do a thorough analysis of your data, of your processes. We'll talk to the relevant stakeholders to understand what you need to get out of the data, what data is relevant, what are the data requirements for different teams, so we
Hmm.
understand that, and then we'll implement those standards for your system.
Hmm.
And that's why we need to be consultants more than a pure SaaS. Hey, here's a login button, and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how do customers come to you, or how do you get customers? Do you advertise? Do you is this worth mouth to mouth, or how do you get it?
A lot is from activities on LinkedIn,
Hmm.
sharing knowledge, expertise there. DMs are often where conversations start. Um, we don't do any paid advertising.
Hmm.
Um, we do, to some extent, use email as a channel,
Hmm.
um, to get in touch with people. We have several form submissions through the website, but the traffic is not that high on the website that I would say, no, this is a really good machine of everything. We're building that. Um, and especially as the iterations are so rapid on our side, it's hard to expect a lot of conversions from the website, where we did 3 updates of the website in the past 2 months.
Hmm.
So the positioning is evolving.
Yeah.
So, and the messaging, where we're building the personal brand on LinkedIn remains the same.
Hmm.
By talking about different topics, making different posts, doing different comments, I get in discussions with people about the topics you know I want to talk about,
Hmm.
um, and I can talk about. Um, so this is where I really see LinkedIn as a really good platform
Hmm.
to build trust, to to build the relationship,
Hmm.
to earn asking for a call and getting on a call,
Hmm.
and then follow up discussions are often by email.
Hmm.
But yeah, a lot of initial discussions happen through LinkedIn.
So I think it's a problem that people, even if they are aware that they have this problem, they are not frustrated enough to do something about it, especially not to get somebody out of the house. Uh, though it could help them a lot and bring their revenues to the top, but what is this frustration when they say, okay, let's do business with them?
I had an interesting case that started 2 weeks ago. Um, Out of nowhere, a guy messaged me on LinkedIn, sent a DM, "Hey, I need your system to fix my HubSpot data."
Wow.
Uh, uh, that person didn't engage on my posts.
Uh,
Nothing. It was out of nowhere. Hey,
mhm,
I need your system to fix the data. Um, in 2 hours, we had a call where he expressed the frustration,
mhm,
and that realization. Okay, I believe there is value in data, but
mhm,
it's covered with all the dirt that is on top of it,
mhm,
and I need to fix that. Can you help with that?
mhm,
This is where all the the presence on LinkedIn, where we talk about us being the experts around data,
mhm,
comes to play. Then out of nowhere, you get someone, hey, I need your system to help me fix the data. Um, so yeah, those discussions are easy, of course. When someone gets to you and hey, can you help? Um, and it's not daily that you have those discussions, but still a lot of back and forth discussions on LinkedIn happen.
How long does it take then when you start working with somebody? How does it look, and how long does it take to really get the results?
We are now starting with a scoping project at the beginning of every engagement. 1-2 weeks long project where the goal is for us to understand your data requirements and the standards you want to achieve, what data is important, what you need to have, what you would wish to have, where do you want to have your portal be in 6 months,
Hmm.
or in 2 months, or to for us to talk to leaders in marketing and sales to understand how they want and need the CRM to support the team, um, where the deliverability is our standard data audit, which shows you, hey, you're currently here,
Hmm.
you want to be here in terms of data
Hmm.
maturity, and this is the implementation plan of the next steps, how we go from where you currently are to where you want to be,
Hmm.
with a proposed timeline, with scope of the project. So the first phase of implementation is then milestone based approach to
Hmm.
fixing the data, get to quick wins. If there are some quick wins in terms of data, if we're talking about for example deduplication of records,
Hmm.
that never is an easy quick win task. You always uncover a lot of issues with the data. Um, so it's if you clean it up first and reach the data, then deduplication is way easier,
Hmm.
and you prevent doing mistakes than if you naively go and merge records.
Hmm.
So this is where we really want to understand the complexity and the current state of the data throughout the scoping project, so we can approach data cleanup in the right way, as you should if you want to trust the data at some point.
Hmm.
um, if we can jump in and you tell us what you want to have enriched, and we can do the enrichment, and we can get to 100% completeness of that data. Is it then useful? I wouldn't necessarily say it is. If we just assume the input data is correct, and
Yeah.
we didn't question that, and we just fully enriched everything, then have everything fully enriched. But usefulness of wrongly enriched data is you know questionable.
Hmm.
um, that's why we want to take time at the beginning to understand
Hmm.
the current state, and then propose a next step engagement where we do the cleanup, and what is important, and what needs to be fixed first. So we do that in a logical way, so you can even hope to get to the state where you want to be.
Hmm. So how does AI help you with this process?
A lot. um, with all the AI agents, data cleanup, data standardization, classification, summarization, this is now possible,
Hmm.
with all those models being cheap enough so you can do that at scale.
Hmm.
um, no, I would say a good example is a simple first name last name cleanup. With Python script and some heuristics, you will have a hard time to cover all the various edge cases of what people have typed in as first name last name.
Hmm.
Where if you have an LM model go through that and say, hey, this is supposed to be first name and last name, clean it up in a way that the first name is first letter capitalized and the last name is first letter capitalized, and you remove all the clutter, all the coffees and everything, emojis and everything.
Mm-hmm.
AI can do that
Mm-hmm.
really well. And then you have a system which is always cleaning it up reliably.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can trust, okay, if a contact record went through that process, at the end it will be clean. No matter how nuanced the input data was, AI will fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't incorporate any heuristics into the logic, and AI will figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, where another good example is location standardization.
Mm-hmm.
You can get greater Boston area, you can get greater Boston, you can get Massachusetts, you can get Kendall Square, you can get all sorts of things
Mm-hmm.
where everything tells you this is Boston, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
AI will figure it out again and unify to Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to do that with a simple script, you will miss some,
Mm-hmm.
and then the standardization will be way harder
Mm-hmm.
to do in a reliable, deterministic way that you can then have a unified list of locations for a
Mm-hmm.
company or a contact record. Um, so this is where AI can really help do data cleanup
Mm-hmm.
at a whole new level. And then the next level is not only the cleanup but also the enrichment or classification.
Mm-hmm.
Agent can go on the website, crawls through the website, and searches for the right keywords you're looking for, so you can score how good fit that company is. If you can, as a business, can only support companies doing X, Y, and Z,
Mm-hmm.
an agent will go on the website and figure out if they do X, Y, and Z or they do something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then it returns back the data.
Yeah.
Um, this is really where AI can shine and bring a lot of value.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then going to the back to the point we're making, doing that internally, to build those agents in a reliable way,
Mm-hmm.
you need to think about the edge cases,
Mm-hmm.
which engineers have that ingrained in their mind. The revenue marketing RevOps teams experts don't have, or at least most of them don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but on the other side, you need to understand the business and then how to think about what data you need.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is again where we can bring in a lot of value with that combination of the two worlds into one expert approach, um, to do things in the right way, so that you can trust what agent is giving you back.
Yes, and I think also companies usually don't have time and energy to uh, track the rapid development of AI tools like you do, because you're working as your core business and you do that all the time. Usually, companies fall behind with that.
Yeah, we test every new model the
Mm-hmm.
next day when it comes out. We benchmark it for different tasks, so we
Mm-hmm.
know, okay, for this task, this model is price, performance, best fit
Mm-hmm.
for all the reasons. um, and on the other side, you know, we've tested more tools than you can internally even think of,
Yeah.
because this is what you
Yeah. Yeah.
do.
Absolutely.
um, and building that internally is, yeah, it's it's such a fast pace of everything.
Mm-hmm.
How quickly all the models are evolving, new models coming out, new tools coming out, that stay on top of that. Um, yeah, it can be a full-time job doing
Yeah.
just that.
Okay, you are in business for a long time. You have founded three startups. And what surprised you the most in this entrepreneurial journey, in good or a bad way?
I'm not sure if it's in a good or a bad way, but you never know what tomorrow brings. It's every day is a new roller coaster of emotions, of everything. Um, to an extent, I would say this is kind of that unpredictability and is the excitement that keeps you in that.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes I think if now with being in a startup founder role for 13 years, could I even survive a week in a corporate job? I'm not sure. I never tried, but I'm not sure I would survive. Um, it's just a different world. Um, Things move so faster with small teams. With you have an idea, you go and do it, and then you test it out, and then you throw it away, and then another day comes, and you have some other ideas, and you have some other approaches, and um, y- you are the one figuring out stuff. You don't get a playbook.
Hmm.
You're building things from scratch, and this is the excitement of that entrepreneurship world. But on the other side, you're consistently thinking about that.
It's the way of.
Yeah, your mind is always on, kind of. There is no 8 to 4, 9 to 5 job. If nothing else, you're at least somewhere in the back thinking about something. You go for a run, and
Yeah.
you, you think about everything.
Do you think that today is the best day ever for somebody who wants to be an entrepreneur to start a business on their own? I mean,
Yes.
with
Yeah.
all social media, artificial intelligence, and all this.
I think yes. Yeah. Um, you can test and iterate ideas faster than
Ever.
you ever could.
Mhm.
You can have an MVP software built in you know tomorrow.
Mhm.
You don't need mock-ups. You can just build an MVP and then iterate with an MVP, not through mock-ups.
Mhm.
Um, you can write legal documents if you need to start with.
Mhm.
A good enough version, you can do it with
Mhm.
AI. So you can really do everything you need to validate your ideas or to test your ideas.
Mhm.
Um, as long as you have good ideas and problems to start with solving, then you're definitely in a really good position. And that can be a side gig, or if you can afford, or if you want to afford, you can do that in the evening.
Yeah.
And in a week you can validate something.
Mhm.
The challenging part now is the distribution of everything.
Mhm.
Building a small piece of software. I mean, this is way easier than it was
Mhm.
uh, ever. But the distribution is where it gets challenging. But to get the idea tested out and validated, um, yes, now is now is a good time to do it.
Mhm. What was the best business advice you received, and what would you advise somebody who wants to start a business today, how to approach it?
Um, Good question. Um, think about problems you're solving. If you are solving something that is nice to have, things will be hard. Everything. If you're solving a pain someone has,
Mm-hmm.
it uh, it will be such an easier discussion.
Yeah.
And the sooner you realize it's a nice to have solution and not must have, the sooner you can start iterating on that and think how to get from nice to have to must have.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of data and information we all have is, again, every time high. The amount of tools popping out every day, you get, hundreds of tools available.
Mm-hmm.
So that, is not something you
There's
can.
no excuse.
Yeah. If you're solving the right, as a business, if you're solving the right issues, you'll have a business. If not,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be out of business sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Great points. Uh, uh, we are about the end. Any final thoughts?
it was fun. Thank you for having me. Um, for all new entrepreneurs out there, have fun. Expect unexpected, and expect to be on a roller coaster. It will be, if anything, it will be that.
Yeah.
Uh,
And as you said, it's a way of life.
yeah, it is. And what I think I learn is, you, at some point you don't stress about, hey, what if we fail? Um, there will be other ideas you can, follow, and you know the amount of knowledge you will get and you will learn by building stuff on your own is just, you can't get that in any book or in any course. Um, a long time ago, I read, I think, a comment from someone who said, no, a year in a startup is like, 7 years in a corporate business, and I think this is so true.
Yeah.
How much you learn building something, or just, doing the normal job, is just, yeah, a huge difference.
Mhm. Well, thank you. I really enjoyed our talk and have a good night.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it.